Mike Hendren here for Town Square Media. We're here with Wichita County Judge Woody Gossam to talk about the flood emergency that's going on right now here in Wichita County. The Big Wichita River, of course, we had a record flood level in 2007 of 24 feet, and we're expected to surpass that this time with additional rain on the way to our area. Judge, thanks for taking a few minutes with us. Let's talk a little bit about what is going on right now. What steps is the county and the city and so forth taking? What's the coordination like?
Well, the coordination is great. We're seeing entities come together from one side of the county, the other. Wichita Falls has really taken their proportionate lead in this, and we appreciate that. I just left where they were getting the latest information on the flood potential. They've asked some questions. The people with that calculate all that are going back. There's some stations that they have not ever put into their mix. So they're going to go back and pick up the one on FM 368, which is going to give us a better prediction for the things just west of the city limits of Wichita Falls. We're ahead of the power curve, much different than we were in that position in 2007. Of course, 2008, we totally got ambushed by a middle of the county horrendous rainstorm. But this case, people are ahead. Some people are getting upset about their power being cut off, but we can't do it house by house. It's done by how transmission is set up, but they are doing the best they can to not needlessly cut someone's power. But that's going to happen to some because they're on the same system.
Now, evacuations started officially this morning at 8 o'clock, evacuating Wrangler's Retreat, Horseshoe Bend Estates, Tanglewood. There's some areas on the east side. How is the evacuation process going?
It's going well. I've seen people, the cooperation, some are like, well, what are you going to do to me if I don't? I said, well, we might attend your funeral service if you're not a good swimmer. We're not, the sheriff nor the Wichita Falls Police are going to drag anybody out of their house. Now, if someone is there that's not very mobile, there's a question about their ability to care for themselves, then we might then exercise a little more authority and for their safety. But as I've told people now, if you stay here, you're staying at your own risk. I'm not going to ask people to come in to try to take care of you when you didn't take care of yourself in the beginning.
You've set up a shelter for folks that are displaced by this at Hershey High School. Is that right?
High School, and we have a backup one. We took down the one at Iowa Park. It could be put back up in about 2 hours. We have enough people. A lot of people are going and staying with friends, or I'm tickled at the interesting thing out in Wrangler's Retreat. The group of them have gathered their trailers. It looks more like a festival than a disaster, and they're going to ride it out that way. People are being generous, offering to care for animals, large and small, and so it's coming along. We're ahead of these things. We hope it isn't as bad as it could be, but if this other rain comes, it's going to prolong what we're doing. State has given us great cooperation. They have people coming in here to help us with the incident management. I just think it's moving along, and if people have patience and look at it and work with us, we're going to do everything we can to take care of them.
Now, we're at the former Brookshire's grocery store location at Loop 11 and Seymour Highway. What exactly are you setting up here?
This is going to be, whether you call it a pod or a service center, what we hope to have here is a representation of the agencies that will deal with individual needs: Red Cross, Interfaith Ministries, United Way. In fact, United Way is running the backbone of this operation, the same as they did in 2007 and 2008. And people say, well, what can I do to help? And the first thing they want to do is, we'll donate furniture. Well, we're going to wait. We'll get a list of the things people need, which is what we did last time. And I want you to be sure, if you want to donate furniture, be sure it's something you aren't debating whether to put it in the dumpster or donate it. It should be something you would be still glad to have in your own home. We'll look for those things. That's down the road. The biggest thing we're going to need is donations of money, gas cards, different things that we can give to people to help with that immediate need. That we can handle. If they want to bring those here to this center, they'll accept them here. We eventually will have cleanup kits here. We'll have water, ice, and things to help people in the flood relief area.
So when people get to the point that they're going to need those supplies, this is where they'll come to collect those.
Where we'll have everything set up here. It's a fairly central, easy, accessible location. We can bring in the big vehicles that will deliver some of the things we're going to give out. And we may not anticipate what you need, but if somebody lets us know, we're pretty good at trying to come up with solving that problem.
Judge Woody Gossam, thank you very much for taking some time with us. We will continue to update our websites with information as we get information from the county and the city and other officials on what the flood stage is, where we're at, and different emergency services. You can get that information on our website. Mike Hendren for Town Square Media.